Hey everybody, this is Dave, and I am going to replace the clutch on my 2002 Yamaha FZ1. I've been on Facebook and I have not seen any videos of this being done, so I thought I would go ahead and do this. First, what we have to do is we have to get the clutch cable off. So there's a little tab right here that you have to pull out so that you can get access to the cable. Then you push this in and you can see it just pops right out. Okay, so the clutch cable now is free. Second thing to do is to take these bolts out. So you take this cover off because you're going to have to get this thing here off. So I'm going to do that. Okay, I've removed the clutch cable and taken off the cover to the air box. Now I'm going to have to take off these 8 5mm Allen bolts. So that was pretty easy to get off. That's easy. That's easy. Easy peasy. These are amazingly easy to get off. No trouble whatsoever. All right, I'm gonna take these off. You see they're not too bad. Now the people that I've seen do this online, some of them say to take the oil out of the bike, and then some of them say not to, that you don't have to. So me being a curious George type, I'm gonna do this without taking the oil out of the bike, and if I make a big mess, I guess I'm just gonna have to clean it up. But so far this is very, very easy. And this bike is like I said, it's a 2002 Yamaha FZ1. I have 67,000 miles on this bike, and this is the first time I've replaced the clutch. Okay, you can see there's a little retainer there for that cable. So I remember that. See, it's got an arrow on it too. So I'm gonna have to remember that. Okay. So that came off. This comes off. And see if I can get this thing off. Easy enough. And there it is. There's the clutch. And looking at this, you can see here's the gasket, and it broke off when I took it off. And there's some other pieces of it right there, so that'll have to be cleaned up. So that's what it looks like when you take your clutch off, your clutch cover off. All right, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, next is to take off the clutch spring bolts. These are 10 millimeters, and that came off easy, easy, easy. Easy, easy, easy. Easy work here, guys. Very easy to take these things off. Okay, there's one. If you're wondering what it's like when your clutch is wearing out, you give your motorcycle gas, and in my case, it started slipping at about 6,000 RPM when I gave it hard gas. In the upper gears, like fifth gear, sixth gear, sometimes fourth gear if I'd really gas it hard. And of course that's after you've played or you adjusted all you can on your clutch. So I adjusted all that I could to allow me to play with it, and then I just ran out of adjustment. When you run out of adjustment, then you have to replace the clutch. And these come out very easily. Okay, these came out. Now going to take off the pressure plate. Okay, well, we're going to see how we can do this. Hold on. Oh, I forgot one last one here. Didn't see it. So we got one last one to do here. You can see there's a dot here on the pressure plate, so that's going to come into play here. All right, there's the last one. Now we'll see if this thing will come off. There we go. There's the pressure plate coming off. And that looks kind of dirty and grimy and everything. Another thing that I've read on the FZ1 site is that sometimes this plug right here will get knocked loose. And if it gets knocked loose, you can have a heck of a time with your clutch. So guys, when you replace your clutch and you're inspecting your clutch, make sure that this plug right here stays there. It's back in. Sometimes people will find it down here in the basket. Okay, so give me a sec. I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm going to take off the clutch discs here very carefully, and I'm going to lay them down in the order that they came out. So there's a disc, and then there's a steel, and a disc, and a steel. Come on, baby. And another disc. And then another steel. If I can get in there. Then the other disc. And then another steel. And these things really just, all these things here can just pop right out. Another disc. And then a steel. Then a disc. Come on, baby. Then a steel. Then a disc. Another steel. Disc. Steel. Come on. Being a pain. Steel. and then a disc. All right, so that's all of them. Now, right back here, there's a spring right there that I am not going to remove. It's right there. It's two spring type seals right there, and what they do is they just basically act as a spacer right there for the last disc to go onto. Over that this goes over those things. So I'm gonna leave those on right there, just because I don't really see the need to take them off. And from what I've read, you need to inspect your clutch basket and look for wear along this ridge right here. Now I've got wear. I've got 60,000 miles on my 66,000 miles on my clutch. So I expect that there would be some wear right there, but I don't believe that's bad enough to where I have to replace it. That's not bad enough. Similarly, here on the inside, I can feel it, a slight indentation, but I don't think it needs to be replaced. Okay, I'm gonna go check something out and I'll be right back. And this is the new clutch. And I won't go into great detail on this, but these rings right here, there's three different types, three different thicknesses. So what you want to do, the thin one goes on the very first one. You notice I took these things off in a certain sequence, and you can see that this tab right here is thicker than this tab right here. So you want to make sure you put these in the correct order. That's why I took them off and laid them down in such a correct order. This one goes in the correct order right here. So I'm just going to get it on in. It's the wrong clutch. Is it? Nope, it is the right clutch. Okay, so there's those two springs that I was referring to. So we put that in, then a spring or a steel. And you just keep on doing this. And this will all clean up. It's no big deal, really. Just want to keep on putting these things in the order in which they need to be. And again, I'm doing this without taking the oil or removing the oil from the bike. Come on, baby. There we go. And the oil that's coming off of here is just dripping right back down into the oil pan, so feeling pretty good about that. It's not going to be too much of a mess to clean up. And that's on. All right. Let's move that aside. So next, we put the plate back on. And you notice the dot, there's the dot, the dots line up. Make sure you do that. And these go back on at a certain torque setting, which I have a torque wrench, and I'll be doing that here in just a second. Just going to get these things started, and then I'll come back and get all these things put on correctly. I'll be back. Okay guys, I got all these clutch springs and bolts installed. You got to torque these things down to 5.8 foot-pounds. And that feels tight. That's tight. That's too tight. Well guys, as usual, I made a mistake and I over-tightened the nuts, or the bolts here, and I broke the head off of this one. So I'm going to have to use a drill and drill it out, and then use an easy out device that'll go in the hole and it'll pop it out. Now I'm going to get another set of bolts here. But that's just one of those things, you know, you live and you learn. Don't do like I did and over tighten these sons of bitches. Those are some of the mildest cuss words that I've used today. So don't over tighten these. And also practice, if you have a brand new torque wrench, practice using it first before you do anything else. That's another lesson from the world of Dave. All right, I'm gonna go to work on this. Okay guys, so here's what happened. I broke off the clutch spring bolt that went into that place right there, that female right there, and I had to, I drilled it out, and as I was drilling it out, it twisted out, so I was able to get to it. So I went to the store and got another bolt. It's not a clutch spring bolt, but I got another bolt that'll fit right there. 6mm bolt from the store. So I'm going to reassemble this thing, and we'll see how we do. Again, this punch mark right here aligns up with this punch mark right here. So that has to go on just like that. Okay, and this item here, I cleaned that out using some carburetor cleaner and stuff, because I didn't like it being kind of junky inside of there. I don't think it really does anything, but I just wanted to clean it up. So I'm going to put these suckers back on, and what I will do is I will tighten them by hand instead and not use a torque wrench. All right, I'm going to start up on that and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I've got this thing kind of buttoned up. I'm just going to do these kind of hand tightened. Because as I said, you only have to have 5.8 foot-pounds of pressure on this, on these bolts. So it's not much. I mean, it was very easy for me to take them off. So I'm going to use about the same feel of pressure to put them on. And then this other one is a metric with a, I think it's a 5mm Allen wrench. Okay, so that's on. So now we have to work around this gasket. Okay guys, I cleaned up the gasket material off of the bike, and what you want to do is you just want to get it really clean, get all the oil off of the areas that the gasket's going to come in contact with. I'm going to take this thing out as a guide. It's a guide for the gasket, and I'll put that on the bike instead of on the clutch cover itself. And then we got to clean up the area that the clutch area. So you just kind of clean it up, make sure it's relatively, or as clean as you can get it free of oil. If you got oil on your gasket, it'll make it kind of bleed through. So you want to get all that off of there. And again, oops, I have not where did that go? Okay, I gotta think about this one. Oh, it went right there. So you just never know. Goes right there. Okay, so again, you know, I have not changed the oil or drained the oil at all, and the oil that's down here on the floor here, that's from the oil from the clutch plates leaking out. So we're about ready for the gasket. Okay, I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back after taking a little break last night, and still working on the clutch, trying to get the clutch cover on. And this is the clutch push rod, and it has to be in about that position right there for the clutch actuator, which is this part right here, to work. And what you have to do is you have to get this lever here about in that position and have it go over the clutch right there. This is a pain in the ass to get a clutch cover on and have it line up and actuate this, because this little thing here, it will rotate down like that, and then you can't get it on. So you got to play with it and practice and practice and practice. I finally got it to work correctly so that I could put it on. I just did this as a dry run without putting the gasket on, and that's how it worked out. But you got to practice on this before you put the gasket on. Make sure you can do it properly, because you'll booger up your gasket otherwise. All right, I'm gonna play with this thing some more, and eventually I'll get it on, and then I'll come back. Okay, I got this clutch cover on, and this is the position that the clutch actuator arm has to be in, right here on the bike. If it's cocked out this way and it won't move, that's the way that it wants to be a lot of the time. But you got to get it into this position right here, and from here you can see that it'll push in with the cable. And be sure that you use the two longer bolts right here and here out of these bolts, Allen bolts right here. These are shorter, these are longer, so be sure you use those. I'm going to tighten this thing up and button it up. Okay guys, going to tighten these things up. Now you're supposed to use a torque wrench and get these things to about 8 pounds. And I'm not, obviously, because I don't trust that damn torque wrench that I was using earlier. You just need to have practice with that, and I don't. So hand tighten till they're snug to where you think they're about 8 pounds or so, and obviously stagger them so that you get it even. Then once you get them tightened down, you'll know. And I'm just going to randomly go through this again. Okay, that's on there. Now you can see the clutch actuator arm. It's actually quite loose. What happens is you put the cable on. Make sure it goes all the way into the slot, and then you press that tab down with a screwdriver. In this case, I'm just using my hand here, but it goes in quite easily. Now you're going to have to adjust the clutch. As you can see, I got a lot of free play right here. The clutch won't even adjust out. So you adjust the clutch using this first to get it where you want it. And then you'll go up to the top, and this is where you make your final adjustments on your clutch. Okay, I'm going to do that now and show you how it works. I've adjusted the clutch here out about 1/4 of an inch. This was taken all the way, this nut was all the way back there against that back right there. So this is out about 1/4 of an inch, and I still have a lot of free play in the clutch cable itself. That indicates that these clutch discs here are relatively new. They don't have a whole lot of wear. My old clutch disc was worn to the point where I couldn't adjust it any further. So after you do this and you get that adjusted, then you come over to the bike and then you adjust this out to the point of adjustment that you want. A lot of guys say that they like for it to be a little bit looser. Now see, I still don't have any play here in the clutch. I'm going to have to adjust this thing out all the way to a point where it works fine. See, it's getting there. And you get a little bit of play. I'm almost there. You can see the clutch is operating fine now. And I think that's about it right there. That really indicates that this clutch, these plates here are relatively new, and they're going to work fine. Now, from now on, I'll adjust this, and when I need to, I'll adjust that in. And then eventually, I'll have to adjust this back in as well as these wear out. But like I say, I've got 67,000 miles on the first set of clutch plates, and I expect this will last another I don't know, 10 years if I don't do any drag strip racing or anything like that. So that's it. It was a learning experience. Can't say that I enjoyed it a whole lot, but the satisfaction of knowing that you do it, that says a lot. This is not a hard job. You just have to be careful, and I hope that this is educational to some of those guys out there using our beloved Yamaha FZ1s. All right, this is Dave. I'm signing out.